In a world where Capcom's flagship franchise about beating dinosaurs to death with their own bones finally achieved mainstream success across the world to become their most successful series of all time, discover what happens when they really decide to go for broke and just turn the whole thing into Pokemon. Monster Hunter Stories. Experience a game designed for people who always wanted to get into Monster Hunter, but didn't actually want to do any of the monster hunting part, as you fill the shoes of a young innocent blank slate protagonist in a tribe of people that make friends with giant dragons using some nonsensical process involving bracelets instead of slicing them up and wearing their skin as a hat, while still kind of doing that anyway. Then set on a shonen jump-ass anime journey to do something with a MacGuffin for dinosaur conservation or something, and if you're playing the second game, all of the above, except they won't shut up about your grandpa.
Grandfather Red.
Red.
Shut up about
Red.
Shut up about
Red.
To end up beating the crap out of everything anyway, and throwing most of them away because you only have room in your heart for like 6 monsters. These monsters and I have an unbreakable bond, right until I get one that has 3 more attack points. Embark on your quest through the prehistoric wilderness of Monster Hunter after it's been run through the Pokemonification machine, as you traverse the overworld using your monster's special abilities, then beat up dinos with giant bagpipes until they run back into their dino caves, where you'll steal their children to raise and train to murder their own kin, until you finally get to the next story beat, which is a 50-50 toss-up between a fight that unlocks a new monster or a cutscene where a cat screeches about donuts for a solid minute.
Perfection! A donut of the highest order!
Honestly, this game would feel almost nothing like Monster Hunter if there weren't tedious amounts of garbage to pick up literally everywhere. Recreate the potentially endless grind of Monster Hunter, with stories' many overlapping time sinks, as you drain hours of your life into catching them all, doing eugenics on your monsters, grinding out side quests by collecting 20 of a thing, assembling the crap you need to craft a slightly different flavor of Impractical Lance with a gun in it, in a game design that's basically all stick and no carrot. But that kind of works anyway if you're the sort of person that feels strongly about seeing a chibi Rathalos. Yes, he's adorable, but is he full price adorable? I don't think so. Charge into Monster Hunter Stories battle system, where you'll fight alongside your Monstie, using a hammer made out of his brother's skull, in battles that take a basic turn-based RPG format and toss several layers of rock, paper, scissors on top as you change your weapons to hit your opponent's weaknesses, and choose attack types that you think will beat theirs to do a tiny pittance of damage while your monster and or companion do all the heavy lifting. Then charge up that friendship juice and unleash ridiculous anime attacks on your opponents that would seem completely out of place in Monster Hunter if the last game hadn't been basically Naruto. Until you reduce the monster in front of you into a smoking pile of ash, then rinse and repeat a million times until you start skipping all the fancy animations just so the fights don't take 4 hours, in a combat system that is much like Pokemon, in that it's basically only fun the handful of times they decide to make it hard. So strap on that stone and get ready to brainwash some animals into indentured servitude in a bizarrely designed baby RPG that hides any sort of challenge behind tens of hours of slapping around idiots and enough cloying anime tropes to choke a Devil Joe, thereby continuing the storied Monster Hunter tradition of making your way through mountains of grind to get to the real shit. Remember kids, it's not an authentic Mohun game if you don't spend hours to not get what you want. Starring children doing jobs that adults should be doing, annoying pun cat, some guy, this waifu lady. I wasn't really paying attention. I think he was important. Yeah, I'll be honest, I skipped most of the cutscenes. And the monsters you actually care about. Monster Rancher Muppet Babies. You know, if you thought these games were dark, wait until Capcom comes out with its Monster Hunter ripoff of Cooking Mama. Beefy. Tired of feeling like a Jerry? Grab life by the Pickle Rick and sign up for our next edition of Fandom 5 Rick and Morty Trivia. Click the link to learn more and sign up for your chance at Wendy's gift cards and real money. Tell us what you'd like to hear in my epic voice in the comments below. I drove a car off a freeway on top of a train while I was on fire. Not the car, I was on fire. When was the last time you fed your Nintendog? How about your Tamagotchi? I'm a legal assassin, and I love my mom. Uh-oh, math. Hope I didn't pop a blood vessel. Good job, Pilgrim.